After winning the 2023 USF Pro 2000 championship last weekend at Portland International Raceway, Myles Rowe is graduating to Indy NXT in 2024. This afternoon, HMD Motorsports with Force Indy announced that they've signed Rowe to drive the number 99 Dallara full-time next season after becoming the first black driver to win a championship in American open wheel racing. Rowe will continue his relationship with Penske Entertainment's Race for Equality and Change initiative. HMD Motorsports General Manager Mike Marini said Rowe's been a treat to follow on the road to Indy, and they're anxious to help him reach his goal of making it to the NTT IndyCar Series. With Rowe taking over the number 99 HMD with Force Indy entry, this means the future Ernie Francis Jr. is up in the air. Photo taken by Chris Owens from Penske Entertainment. Starting with you, Matt, can Myles Rowe be a title contender in year one, just like his only season in USF Pro 2000? And how massive is this opportunity for him to be put in the best possible situation to succeed?
Yeah, it really is a big opportunity. This was going to be one of my hots, him winning the championship, but we'll talk about that now, I guess, because we've had this news this afternoon that he's going to Indy next season with probably the best team in that championship. Um, so yeah, it's all very good news for one of the friends of the network, Myles Rowe, who's been featured on our programming before, and you can go back and check out our interview with him on Life on the Grid from about 12 months ago, wasn't it? I think that came out. But yeah, great to have him win the championship at the weekend. And then this news coming out today, it's just all positive stuff. And he's got Penske behind him, as you mentioned. And let's hope he can go in there and continue this upward trend that he's got going on. I feel like Indy NXT this season has been very competitive. We've had multiple guys winning races and being up at the front end of the field. We'll get a champion crowned at Laguna Seca at the weekend, of course. But it's good to see another young guy coming through on the ladder system continuing to work and promote these talented kids through. And as you say, get him in the best possible position to succeed next season. And as I've mentioned on the show before, there's a couple of guys in the IndyCar series. One of them at Penske that's not got too many years left in him. Could Myles Rowe be the next Will Power and sit himself in the 12 car in years to come? I have to wait and see how that pans out.
Yeah, for sure. It feels like that might be what happens just because of how Will Power just seemed to be such a mentor for Myles Rowe and just been like a big push to Roger Penske and Tim Cindric, like, hey, this guy's the real deal. So that'd be really cool if Rowe someday ends up in the 12 car. We'll have to wait and see if that happens. But honestly, I think he could be a contender next year in Indy NXT. I mean, it's hard to say. It might be a bit of a learning curve for him because 99 hasn't exactly performed the best. Maybe that's more on driver. Time will tell, I suppose. But yeah, I'll be rooting for him 100%. And for Ernie Francis Jr., by the way, I really hope he lands on his feet somewhere. I hope maybe he'll try out some NASCAR stuff. Maybe he'll do more SRX stuff next year. It's really what put him on the map with a lot of people past couple years. Because I think the guy's got talent, and I hope he lands somewhere. Maybe he'll stay in next with a different team. I'm not sure. But yeah, very excited to see what Myles Rowe does in Indy next year for sure.
Before I get him answer, I got a comment in the chat room from Adam Limmer said that you can see Myles Rowe in the NTT IndyCar Series in a few years. He's incredible. Yeah, Myles Rowe is quite an impressive talent. And how about Will Power for discovering this kid and giving him an opportunity? Going back to Tim Cindric, Roger Penske, and everyone at Penske Entertainment, being like, we need to give this kid a chance. Like he can be a really good race car driver, and it's good to see Will Power has stuck with him, continued to believe in him over the years and through all the hardships that Myles has gone through, and we've talked, and he's talked about that a lot. He even talked about it a little bit on our Life on the Grid episode when Ben Snyder and I interviewed him I believe it was last December, so almost an entire year ago, and how Roger Penske decided that he was going to write the check for Myles to complete his USF 2000 season to try to give him an opportunity to complete the championship season, and then he goes out, has a breakout year in his only year in USF Pro 2000, and look at him now. He's now a champion, the first Black American open Will Racing champion, which is really historic and incredible to see. And now he's going to be going with HMD Motorsports, a really great program, and continuing the relationship with Force India as well. I'm not sure if he'll be a title contender in year one, but it's certainly possible. Stranger things have happened because it's weird. It's really weird with some drivers when it comes to the Indy Next Series, because some of them, they're competitive right off the bat and they're in championship contention, and while others, they may need a second season or even a third season to completely get together. And look at David Malukas. I'll use him for an example. I remember his first season in Indy Next. He was basically a mid-pack runner and didn't even sniff the front of the field at all. And then his final year in Indy Next, he was right up there battling Kyle Kirkwood for the championship. So sometimes all these drivers need is just 2 or 3 years to really develop as a talent, because sometimes year one just isn't enough. That's why I feel like when it comes to the road to Indy ladder system, we write off some of these drivers way too soon after one season. But like after 1 year, they're not good enough. So why should they come back next year? But in reality, they just need time to develop and grow. And Alex, you just mentioned Ernie Francis Jr. and this is his second year in Indy Next. While we've seen some improvements from him compared to his rookie season, it's probably not enough. So it's unfortunate that it seems like, like I said, his future is up in the air. We don't know what's next for Ernie Francis Jr., if he's going to be able to continue on the road to Indy, or is he going to have to go back and compete in Trans Am full time. But I'm sure with all the talent that Ernie Francis Jr. possesses, he could probably find a few opportunities, maybe in stock car racing, as you mentioned. He ran really well in the SRX series, and it really seems like that's something that will probably better suit his talent, especially with his Trans Am experience or even sports car racing. I remember a few years ago, Chip Ganassi called him up to test his Ford GT, the GT Le Mans car that they used to run. So if you have Chip Ganassi calling you up to test his GTLM car, you're certainly a very talented race car driver that people think very highly of. So I'm sure that there could be some opportunities in stock cars or sports cars for Ernie Francis Jr. And I honestly thought, that open wheel racing didn't really suit him the best. So we'll be following to see where Ernie lands in 2024 and beyond.